My goodness, the NFL season has been moving by so rapidly. So we're here to catch you up on everything that you've missed and everything we forgot to talk about.
Yeah. I thought you were going to hit the intro at that point.
No, let's just go ahead. Welcome back. Allied Rivals podcast, everybody. We are back. My name is AJ Herschel, and right there you got my man, Caedmon Bauer. We're back talking about the NFL playoff picture today. Cade, how are you doing on this fine Thursday night?
Oh, well, I am sore. Very sore because I just did a big-time leg workout.
Fun.
But basketball season's going. We have a game on Saturday. Packers have a bye week.
Yep.
So I don't have to worry about a loss. Of course, I can't look forward to a win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that. You know, for some teams, like if you're a Jets fan, bye week's the best week of the year. Right. Whatever. I'm off topic.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
I'm doing great. It's Allied Rivals time. It's been a couple weeks. AJ, how's it going for you?
It's going pretty well, dude. It's been a good couple last days. Been on some college visits and stuff. Yeah. Bulls are still doing hot, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, I'm pretty much freaking out because this Saturday is the SEC championship. So it's Georgia-Bama, and we're undefeated. They aren't. They look super vulnerable this year. And even if we lose, we probably still get in the playoff because we have statistically been like the best team, like number one all year.
Yeah.
But it's still Alabama. So I still got like that mental block in my head where I'm just like not allowing myself to hope about anything. So
yeah,
kind of freaking out.
On the other hand, you guys haven't been in this same position before where Alabama's won like some games that are way too close against teams that aren't ranked and then lose a game. So
yeah,
you're looking good. Defense is good. Yeah. Offense is probably better than I've ever seen it.
It's been a while. But literally, the last time I remember our offense being this good was maybe like 2017, and then before that, like 2008, with Noshawn and Matt Stafford and everybody.
And I mean, back then I wasn't even watching college football.
Yeah, exactly. So, also, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for your loss against Minnesota. By the way, I'm very sorry for that. That's rough, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we beat the Rams. Hey, you know what?
True. I mean, I wasn't even talking about the Vikings. I was talking about the Golden Gophers. Your Badgers.
Yeah. You're talking about the Badgers. I was so confused because Packers played Minnesota. Okay.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was bummed about that. I mean,
yeah.
I felt like we were kind of moving up in the rankings. I mean, we definitely
would have made the Big Ten championship.
Right. That's what I was hoping for. We would have made the Big Ten championship. Yeah. Obviously not the top four, but like
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Big Ten championship would have been cool. Probably going up against like
it's Michigan this year.
Yep.
Yeah, because they beat Ohio State. Thank goodness, it's about time.
And we were watching part of that game together. Me and AJ finally got to go to the card shop.
It was fun
together.
Oh yeah,
it was fun times.
Awesome.
We cannot control ourselves at card shops. It's
I kind of had to. I had $3 in cash on me at the time.
Yeah. We'll go more prepared next time. But AJ,
let's
get into it. NFL
let's talk about some football. So here, ladies and gentlemen, we have for you the current playoff picture as of Thursday, December 2nd. Really more like Wednesday because the Cowboys are playing right now. But this is what the playoff picture looks like. Arizona still with the best record in football in the NFC. And then on the other side,
just a heads up, we beat them.
All right. Fair enough. And then on the other side,
sorry,
on a Thursday night when Kyler Murray got injured, but also, and then on the other side, you have Baltimore as number one, and Caedmon, the amount of parity, the amount of craziness, I think, let's start here, in the AFC alone has been ridiculous. The AFC, Titans look like the best. Then they lose Henry and A.J. Brown and Julio. Chiefs can't win games, and now they're 7-4 and leading their division again. Patriots can't win games, and now they're 8-4, and Mac Jones looks like he's insane. and Buffalo and the Chargers have dropped off. What is going on, dude?
The AFC is super inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like the Bills will lose to the Jaguars, the Titans will lose to the Jets, the Ravens will lose to the Dolphins. Like, what else? Who lost to the Texans recently?
Oh man, the Houston Texans. It was the Titans. It was the Titans.
Was it the Titans as well?
They didn't have Derrick Henry to run over him, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just pathetic. Like, I'm thinking for a while, like, Chargers are looking great. Well, they dropped off. Bills are always there, but then they're losing games that they shouldn't lose. They're super inconsistent. They're losing to the bad teams, beating the good teams.
Yeah, and that's something so weird because the good teams are the ones that are going to be in the playoff picture. You're not going to find the Texans or the Jets in the playoff picture, so we don't really know what's going on there. So let's start here then. We have the AFC East and let's start with just the AFC divisions right now.
Yeah,
New England and Buffalo, they're going to get in the playoffs, right? Can we both for sure agree on that? Miami and the Jets are getting in. Yeah. Who do you think wins the division at this point? Because Buffalo is, I don't understand them right now. The Patriots are so well-rounded. They're so well-coached. Their defense is insane. And the Bills drop games to the Jaguars and Colts. And they play twice. We've got 2 New England Buffalo matchups coming up right now.
Sorry.
Who do you think gets in, if you can hear me?
I can't, like, I hear you barely. My volume's full.
Okay, gotcha.
I wonder if it's my headphones.
Sorry, that's totally fine.
Go. My headphones.
There we go.
Dumb. Say it again.
No worries. Like, you're all good. New England and Buffalo, they face off twice. Who do you think takes the division?
I think that Buffalo. I need to look at their schedules.
It's tough, New dude, England and they play each other twice, so that's gonna be the biggest influence of them all.
Yeah. Okay. So besides them playing each other, the Patriots play the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Dolphins. And I feel like those are all winnable games. I think they'll split with Buffalo.
Home and home, probably.
Probably. So I'm taking New England.
All right, fair enough. Then Jacob Carlson in the comment section saying, Bear down. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. It's about time we got some Bears fans back in this comment section. Good to see you, Jacob. We'll get to the NFC in a little bit. Glad you're with us again. AFC West moving on, Cade. This is so tight. And I'm going to be honest, as crazy as the AFC is, as someone who gets to basically watch from the sidelines in the NFC, it's been very exciting to figure out who on earth is going to make the playoffs here. Because the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos are all 6-5.
Yep.
Are all 6-5. Who do you see making it out of this division, Caedmon? Dude, is it possible that, I don't know, either New England and Buffalo falters down the stretch, or maybe Cincinnati does, and we end up getting 3 teams from the AFC West instead?
I wouldn't be that surprised. I think, HJ, I don't know what it is, but as soon as we made a video and you said that the Chiefs are in a Super Bowl hangover, they're no longer in a Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
Or at least they don't seem to be. There's something different about Patrick Mahomes, how he's playing, especially, like, that's a big part of it. Their defense isn't being as bad. Like, their defensive line is still one of the worst in the league, but it is now better than the Texans' defensive line. So, great job to the Chiefs for making that improvement, whatever they did. Maybe that D-line coach gave some pep talks or something. I don't know. Something's different. Yeah. Chiefs could be the number 1 seed at the end of all of this. They could be like 8 and 9, somewhere in there too. Yeah. Who knows with this team? Yeah.
It's crazy. I think the Chiefs are going to take the division. They're the hottest one right now out of all of them. We know so much that momentum is such a big part of the NFL and who carries into the playoffs. I mean, that's how Washington made it in last year and almost knocked off the Bucs because they were on the biggest hot streak of football at the end of the year. And on the other side, you got Kansas City, who has had 3 gigantic wins in a row. They beat the Packers, and granted, it was against Jordan Love in one of the worst football games I've ever watched in my life. And I feel like I'm saying that a lot this year. But it's a win. We would have
whooped them if we had Aaron Rodgers. It is a win.
Sure, but it's
I'll
a
give
win.
You that. It's a win.
It's a win. On the other side, they destroy their biggest rival, the Las Vegas Raiders, and blow them out. And then they knock off the Cowboys, who a lot of people had as the NFC frontrunner, especially a couple weeks ago. So they are just on the biggest hot streak of the entire year, and they needed it right now. And they get Broncos, Raiders, Chargers back to back to back now. So this division run for Kansas City, for me, is going to show whether they're actually going to take the division or not. These next 3 games, I think they do, but it's going to be close. AFC North. Or sorry, go ahead. No, finish.
Thing. You have to look. Just make sure you look at the Kansas City's play the rest of their season, because they have 4 division games out of their next 6.
Yeah, and 3 in a row.
Bengals. 3 in a row, and then finish with the Broncos again. So just watch for that.
Yep. AFC North on the other side, the other hotly contested division, Baltimore. Cincinnati has now showed up. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. And Cade, I kind of feel bad for Cleveland. I'm going to be honest. They started out a little bit. They started out so hot. And I don't know if you watched the Bleacher Report parody comedy series Gridiron Heights about football, but they get to the Cleveland Browns and all of the people are gone. It's just Nick Chubb sitting there and he goes, "Oh yeah, no, it's just me. We're all taking turns being hurt." And that's so true. They have had no time to get together as a team and make a push because Baker hasn't been 100%. Chubb's been out. Kareem just got back. Odell is straight up gone. Landry hasn't been healthy. The defense hasn't been healthy. And they're playing in probably the best division in the AFC right now. The AFC West might be the most competitive, but in my opinion, at least, the North is the best. Cade, do you think Cleveland can make a push for the playoffs?
Yes.
With a question mark.
Yes, with a big question mark, because right now there's 3 wildcard teams now for each conference. So right now the wild cards are Bengals, Bills, and Chargers.
Yep.
We're basically saying we're for sure that the Ravens are getting in. Mm-hmm. Patriots and Bills are getting in. Now, Titans might not, because they don't
get to the AFC
anywhere
South
the same without Derrick Henry. Chiefs are probably in. Chargers are like your one bright spot. So right now, if I'm a Browns fan, I'm hoping that the Chargers really have a bad end to the year, because I feel like that's the only way they're making it in.
Yeah, and even on top of that, they've got to then hope that Pittsburgh has a bad end to the year too. And as messy as they look, Pittsburgh is a scrappy team with a good defense that can win games. And then they got to hope Vegas stays out. And Denver's not out of the playoff picture. As hard as their schedule is at the end of the year, Denver's not out of it either. It's just crazy the amount of competitiveness we have here. I think Cincinnati probably actually makes a playoff. They're 7-4 right now. They look so good. But it's a huge toss-up between Chargers, Vegas, Denver, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. And then, of course, AFC South. Kay, do you think Tennessee holds on to the division? Because now the Colts are 2 games back with probably the hottest running back. Okay, let me clarify that. The hottest running back in football right now, because Jonathan Taylor has turned into Superman.
Yep. Yeah, I think that the Tennessee Titans will win the division because the Colts are 2 games back and they have a couple good games left to play.
Yeah. I mean, so the Colts remainder of the season. Sorry, go ahead if you were going to say it. Yeah.
They have Texans. They have a bye week, which is a nice late bye week. Then they play the Patriots, Cardinals, Raiders. Oof. That's a tough little stretch. And then they get to finish with Jaguars, which hopefully they're not too beat up to lose to the Jaguars at that point.
They've had their bye week, so hopefully they should be healthy. Yeah.
Yeah. The Colts have?
The Colts will have their bye week then. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Colts. So they have 3 good games out of 5 plus a bye week. So it's really, can you stay healthy? Just it's a mental game at this point, I feel like. Because I feel like the Colts have definitely shown they can beat good teams.
Yeah.
But they're another AFC team that's somewhat inconsistent. They could beat the Cardinals. I feel like they will beat the Raiders. Cardinals, Patriots are the 2. Yeah. They need to win at least one of those.
At least one, yeah. Yeah, and especially when the Titans schedule is pretty similar in terms of difficulty. They get the Niners, one of the hottest teams right now. Steelers in Pittsburgh in December, one of a place nobody wants to go play against Pittsburgh in December. It's freezing cold. Heinz Field is a really hard place to go in and win. And like after losing to the Texans, which granted they had a lot of mistakes there, they got to play them again at the end of the year. They got to play the Jags next. They got to play the Dolphins. There's a lot of questions left. And the Dolphins, shockingly, actually have a shot of making the playoffs. They basically got to run the table at this point to finish 9-7. But the Dolphins are a scrappy team too. So I feel like the Colts and the Titans are very close. And the Titans, I feel like, are going to win out. But I think it's only going to be a one-game difference when it comes to the playoffs between them because both of them have tough schedules. I'm giving it to Tennessee just because the benefit of the doubt because I believe in their team. But it's hard. It's really hard to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
NFC time?
NFC time. Here's a look again at the playoff picture currently. Arizona sits away at number 1, and then you have Green Bay, Tampa, and Dallas leading their respective divisions. LA's dropped to 5 with San Francisco at 6. And, of course, it wouldn't be an NFL playoff picture in this last decade without an NFC East team with a losing record. And so Washington is at 5-6.
Good representative.
Caedmon, here we go. We've got the NFC standings right here, and let's go ahead and knock out the NFC East. This is one of the funniest things ever. I love this one phrase I heard where 7 seed now even bad teams can get in the playoffs, which for the AFC I don't think is true, but for the NFC, I can kind of see it. Washington, Minnesota, Atlanta, and New Orleans. These are the teams that are currently 5-6. And New Orleans is having a little bit of a rough time. Kamara's been out. Thomas is out. And Winston is out. Sure, give them all that. But Atlanta, Minnesota, and Washington all have a shot at getting in the playoffs. They're like right under each other. That's nuts. Atlanta got blown out by 30 like 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
Yep. Look, NFC East, the Cowboys are going to win the division.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Oh my goodness. We're going to get one of the scenarios like last year where it could have been Washington, Philly, or the Giants to get in or whatever it was. It's like, well, if these 4 things happen, they could make the 7th seed. Please. I'm not looking forward to it. I am not.
Not and the NFC East.
Well, this time it's the NFC West.
All right.
A lot of people said it's going to be the most competitive division in the NFC. And it is. But Seattle is sitting at 3-8. And in case you didn't watch Roto Hackers last, Jared said this, Caedmon. I want to get your thoughts on it. He said either after this year, Pete Carroll needs to be fired or Russell needs to go. They either need to go in full rebuild mode or get a new coach who can maximize the talent out of Seattle's defense. What do you think of the Seahawks right now, Cade?
So do I agree with Jared? Was it Judah or Jared?
It was Jared. Yep, it was Jared.
I think at this point you have to make the tough decision. I think I'd get a new defensive coordinator. I don't think I'd let Pete Carroll go because he's shown. I don't know, but I think I'd let Pete Carroll go before I let Russell Wilson go. Yeah, Seahawks.
Yeah, it's tough because Russell technically I think could leave in the next year. I think he has a play. I think it's a player option. I know he has a potential out in his contract in the next year or two. So Seattle may not even have a choice if Russell wants to go.
Will both go? Like when Russell Wilson leaves, might Pete Carroll leave as well? Like that's also an option.
Yeah, if Seattle, like they already know they're in this tough of a division, Carson can't stay healthy. The passing game is kind of a mess. The defense there's a lot of money wrapped up in a couple players, and it hasn't really paid off. Maybe they just turn into like the Chicago Cubs and just house fire and just trade away all they can to rebuild with, I don't know, what do they have? Alex Collins, DK Metcalf, some younger defensive players, but maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's something I'm just thinking about the Seahawks doing if they're going to have this hard of a time getting in the playoffs with everybody else. Dobes Drummer Boy in the comment section saying, "What's good, gentlemen?" Well, currently not the Seahawks winning record, but other than that, we're doing good. Hope you are too, man. So with the rest of the NFC West, though, Caedmon, who do you see winning? Who do you see winning the division?
So the Arizona Cardinals are going to win the division. They're 2 games ahead. I feel like they'll. Oh, that's a cool view. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. Well, we can't really see the bottom, so I'm actually going to switch it up.
I feel like the Rams are definitely good, but they can't play up to the level that the Cardinals can. I mean, the Cardinals, what was it? The Rams beat the Bucks early in the season.
Yeah.
And then the Cardinals just destroyed the Rams. Yeah. And I think they're one of the best teams, if not the best, at making halftime adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
They just their defense learns how to play with an offense. Their offense, I mean, the play calling is obviously awesome, but play calling just knows how to mess up the defense, how to throw them off. I think the Cardinals are the best team in the division. They will win. They might even win out from this point. But don't discount the Rams or the 49ers because I think they're both going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think they're both valid.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you that all 3 of them are going to make the playoffs for sure. And Cade, I was like the biggest non-Los Angeles Rams supporter this year. And I've been really disappointed with a lot of stuff that's been happening the last few weeks. Titans have been beating a lot of people, but you can't get destroyed by the 49ers like that. But then again, Sean McVay is terrible against the 49ers. He's never won a game. I don't think he's won a game yet against the 49ers, or at least not in the last few years. And then the Packers game, it was just little mistakes that killed it for him. Muffing punts, no points scored in 2 quarters. It's just the little things that the Rams just can't get quite right. Just a couple passes off. Darrell Henderson's been banged up. This is a team I feel like is just a couple like corrections away from leading the division, but I think Arizona has enough of a hold on it that they're going to be able to take it. NFC North, though, Cade. Okay, winner of the NFC North, 3, 2, 1, Packers.
Green Bay Packers,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's not even close. Like, the Vikings are good. We always lose. We usually split.
It's like the Patriots and the Dolphins. It's like the Patriots and the Dolphins, Packers and the Vikings. Each person gets one.
Right. And it's almost always like that. Detroit can't make the playoffs anymore.
Yeah.
Chicago is like, I think, have to win out, and I think we have to lose all the rest of our games.
Yeah.
In order for them.
Yeah. Which to be fair, Chicago technically is a game out of the wild card. Again.
Are they? Okay, yeah. But then the Vikings, like, I feel like they are a good team.
Yeah.
But then Dalvin Cook said bye-bye. So then maybe they're not as good a team because something so special about Dalvin Cook is not just that he's so good, but that he has an amazing quarterback and receivers that help the defense. Like, he is a big target, but they also have to look for everything else. They can't just focus on him.
Yeah.
Now their offense is way worse and way less dominant, I feel like, just because they don't have that extra element.
Wow.
So, Vikings, I think they will make the playoffs, but their defense has to do something good. Something very good.
Yeah, remember last year when the Vikings and the Cardinals were fighting for the 7th seed, and then they both lost, and the Bears got in. Oh my
goodness!
It could happen again.
Yeah,
and part of me wants it to happen just so the Giants get a worse pick in this year's draft for Justin Fields, just because that'd be funny. But anyway, yeah, Minnesota. To be fair, I don't want to discount their passing attack. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are one of the best 1-2 punches in the league. Jefferson gets maybe the best. Jefferson gets stupid amounts of yards, and Thielen is just he just has a nose for the end zone.
He's
just so well. Yeah, we're hooked on a Thielen right now. But they always seem to just not be able to get over the hump recently to get either a playoff win or whether it's getting the last few wins of the season to get into the playoffs instead. And then on top of that, the Vikings get to play the Steelers, Rams, and Packers near the end of the year. So it's certainly not going to be hard. And also, I'd like to apologize to every Detroit fan because they are the luckiest team I think I have ever watched, Cade.
Really?
Yes. They almost bring it back against the Niners, but they lose. They get beat by the Bears pretty handily. They are beating the Packers at halftime, and then they blow it. They only lose to the Ravens because of the longest field goal in NFL history.
Yeah.
Then they get blown out by the Bengals. Then they actually are looking good against the Rams until they blow it and the Rams get a fourth quarter comeback. They get blown out by the Eagles. They tie with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They can't even win in overtime. And then they play the Browns and don't come back until it's too late and it's over and they lose they lose with Tim Boyle at quarterback because Jared Goff was out. And then they lose to the Bears on Thanksgiving on a game-winning field goal. Tell me an unluckier team.
They're just bad.
They
are unlucky. Like there have been games that were close.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're a good team, but this is a little ridiculous.
They're okay. Justin Tucker does insane things. It's too bad he had to do it against the Lions.
Right. Yeah.
Rams made a comeback.
Yeah.
49ers, that was pretty close.
Yeah, it was exciting at least.
And they were beating the Packers at halftime, but not by much. And
right.
Whatever.
Yeah. They have lost to 3 game-winning field goals this year. 3. The Bears, the Vikings, and the Ravens.
But AJ, when you look at those games, it's not going to make a difference for them overall.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still going to get the number 1 draft pick.
Jared Goff's probably super annoyed right now. He's like,
yeah.
Man, I wish I was with the Rams.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's irrelevant. Detroit is bad. They're going to be probably for a long time. They have been for a long time. And coaching is going to change.
We'll see. We'll see. They might let him rebuild, but we'll see. Yes, NFC South. Okay, winner of the NFC South on 3. 3, 2, 1.
Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, easy. But then we have Atlanta, New Orleans, and Carolina all in a push for a draft pick. Cade, who do you think, if any of them have a chance to get that last seed, who is it?
I'd say the New Orleans Saints. I feel like they have the best defense of the 3. I love Taysom Hill. I feel like he can do insane things. I wonder what the Saints score is right now. Saints just got an interception off Dak Prescott. They are at the Dallas 5. They're down 7-10 right now.
Mark Ingram. Come on. I need this touchdown for fantasy. Come on, Mark Ingram.
I'll take a Mark Ingram touchdown as well because I think I need some of that love too. I feel like the Saints are the one. Atlanta has beaten good teams, but they're like an AFC team. They're just inconsistent. And then Carolina, I was loving oh my goodness. I was loving the Cam Newton for a couple games.
Back!
But it's not going to last like it didn't last time.
That last game, as much as I love Cam, I literally have a Cam Newton sitting behind me. But Cam, you cannot play the Dolphins and go 5 for 21 with 2 picks.
Yep.
Can't do that.
The Panthers are not making the playoffs. They're out. Atlanta has a chance, but New Orleans is going to be in front of them. So if Atlanta gets in, it's because Washington and San Francisco are just all losing. Yeah, for sure. And on top of that, Atlanta has the worst defense in the league when it comes to points allowed. They are the only team in the NFL that's let up over 300 points this year. Good for them. Yeah. So I don't think they make it. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they make it, even though they have some winnable games against Panthers, Lions. They get the Saints at home, which, it's a rivalry game. But the Panthers, I think, are absolutely dead. Even when you look at their schedule, it's brutal. They have to play the Bucs twice and the Bills. So no, they're not getting in. And then the Saints, I think tonight really could determine it. If they clutch it out and are able to get the win, that is going to be massive for them to be able to come in. What just happened? Did they just throw an interception? Taysom threw an interception. Am I seeing this wrong? I think Taysom just threw a pick. Anyway, the result of the Dallas game. My boy. What? Yahoo posted it wrong. They gave the Saints
Oh,
defense
boy.
the interception when the Cowboys defense got the interception on their own 5. Now the Cowboys are driving with 2 minutes.
Okay.
Y'all have to get me excited like that.
All right. Cool.
Unacceptable.
So this game will determine a lot, I think, about the Saints. If they lose, I don't know if they get a playoff spot. They have a lot of winnable games, though. Jets, Dolphins, Panthers, Falcons is tough if they can win. The only real one I see them having like 100% chance of losing is Tampa. And Trevor Siemian beat Tom Brady the last time it happened. So who knows? Who knows? So, Cade, let's wrap all this up. This is the current playoff picture.
Sure is.
What do you think changes right here? Just early prediction, what changes in this playoff picture?
The Washington football team does not make the playoffs. The Saints go in that 7th spot.
Okay.
The rest of the NFC, the Packers or the Cardinals, it's going to be really close who gets that top seed.
Yeah.
So besides that, AFC, Baltimore or New England, I believe, will be the 1st seed.
Wow, yeah.
Buffalo will be the 3rd.
Ooh.
Or no, that's not possible.
No, that's impossible.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Buffalo will be the 5th. Chargers are going to drop out.
Okay.
I'm feeling the Chargers are going to drop out. And I think that either the Colts or the Broncos are going to get in that 7th seed.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, yeah, for me, I'll say Buffalo moves up to 5. The Chiefs go up to 3. The Titans are able to take it, but they're going to be 4, I think. Cincinnati hangs on for 5. And then when I look at that 7 seed, though, man, as much as I want the Chargers to get it, I'm looking, and I think they might. I think they're going to hang on for it.
Really?
They get to play the Giants. They get to play the Texans. They get the Broncos at home. And I know they just got wrecked by the Broncos, but I think they're going to hang on. It's going to be
Chiefs,
very,
Bengals.
very close. It's going to be very, very close.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree. Kansas City moves to 3rd.
Yep. Fair enough. Yeah. And then NFC, honestly, this is pretty good. The only thing I could possibly see changing right now is the 7 seed. And I mean, that could be anyone's guess. So for fun, I'll say Minnesota throws the ball enough to get the 7 seed. But all the rest of that, I feel like is a not bad description of how the NFL's kind of been so far in the NFC. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to a look at the NFL playoff picture with the Allied Rivals. I'm Major Herschel. That's Caedmon Bauer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Jacob and Dobes, Drummer Boy, thanks for joining in the comment section. If you're in the comments, drop a like and a subscribe and a comment below about what you think is going to happen in the playoff picture, especially this week in the NFL. We got a lot of hopefully fun matchups. It's been a lot of bad matchups for the last 4 weeks, so hopefully we get some good football. And we're going to go do an Allied Short, so you're going to want to check that out. Caedmon, got anything else to say?
See you on the other side, baby.
There you go.
Let's do it.